Yes. Good morning. Good morning, traders, investors, everybody. Good morning. Today is 24th October 2021. Sunday, as usual, 11 a.m. We are meeting for our Chart Whispers live session. Primarily, this is done on YouTube, but all the other platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn are connected. So there may be few people joining in from those platforms as well. I hope my voice is clear. Important announcement: the registrations for ECTM and OLFM programs are open today. ECTM stands for Equity Cash Trading Mentorship. OLFM stands for One Lot Futures Mentorship. So ECTM is for equity trading, OLFM is for futures trading, where in these programs, I share my trading ideas with you guys. You can trade on those, you can learn. You'll also be taught about risk management, trading psychology, and all the stuff. To know more about all these things, you can just visit the website. There is also a video that I've prepared to explain you all the programs. Okay. So yeah. Okay. Let's start off. Last week was tough for most of us who are traders in small caps, mid caps, even if Nifty, big stocks, all the stocks, entire market corrected, right? Except a few sectors, and we will take a look at those sectors. Let me share you the screen first, and just a minute. So here is the chart of Nifty, daily chart of Nifty, right? Futures chart, and zooming it out, you can see a big rally in Nifty, like we discuss every time. And this time, the last 4 days, look at this fall. Nifty fell by around 62, or just a minute, 80, 200, 100, 200, 260, and okay, almost 330 points, maybe, right? Around 300 points fall, 350 points fall in Nifty, right? Lots of people got shaken out. Lots of long positions, stop loss got triggered. Even for my couple of trades, I had to exit because my stop loss got triggered. And the point of concern this time is the volume, which is very high, right? If you look at the other corrections, let's just compare other corrections. Let's compare this correction, and let's see the volume here, right? From this candle, this is the first candle with low volume. Then the next candle with which was a PRC kind of a thing with a long wick, which came with good volumes. And then price fell and volumes were getting lower, right? Price was falling, volumes were getting lower. Let's look at other corrections here. In this entire period of this consolidation, price was the volumes were simply going down. Again, during this correction, you look at this. There is not significant rise in volumes, right? Except a few candles like this one, right? With a very good volume. But again, that got immediately taken out. And this one also. Let's just observe. This candle also came with volume. Correct? But now, if you look at this, all the 4 candles came with good volumes. That is a point of concern, right? The other thing is, there is if you look at the 75 minutes chart, again, you see the volume expansion that has taken place with this pullback. And the other good thing is there is this support which we can identify on the chart here. The support lies at 18,000, right? The psychological 18,000 levels. So just a minute, please hold. Okay, let's continue. So at this support 18,000, we have seen some buying coming in, right? Look at this, look at this. So let's just hope that this support holds, right? Because if it breaks down further, then we may be heading to 17,400 levels, right? There is the another 17,500 or 400, 500 levels. There is another good support that we can see from this 75 minutes chart, correct? Let's now look at the weekly chart. On the weekly chart, you see the volume here again coming up, right? Higher than the previous volumes, previous day's volumes. So these are indications, points of slight concern, but the predominant trend is still bullish, right? Every time the market has given a pullback, again it has given a move up, right? It simply continues the trend. That is the normal thing that is going on since the corona crash. So looking at that, what we can do is we can reduce our positions. That is the only thing that we can do. We cannot go full in, right? If you have a capital of 5 lakhs, then do not put in 5 lakhs entirely. You put in around 2 lakhs or 3 lakhs at this point of time. And when you see the market is then making a good green candle on, and you see market is heading higher, then you can keep on again adding to your positions. That's how you can do it. Anyways, I will talk about my positions as well. How did I manage last week? What is my P&L statement, right? That we will discuss. So please be patient for that. Now, let's look at the chart of mid cap index. There is a bigger correction in mid cap as compared to Nifty. The weakness is more. Look at these big bodied negative candles, right? So I also primarily trade in mid caps, so I had to face this volatility here, and I had to manage out my positions, cut my losses. That's what I had to do. Even with small cap, if you look at this, here's a daily chart. See the fall, right? This is a point of concern, and one more red candle can come, one more day of correction can come. The idealistic support is here. This is the support area, right? So a couple of more days of correction can come to touch this support, right? That's what I expect out of small cap. So again, we have to stay light here. The only few sectors that are performing, one of the sectors that is performing nice is Bank Nifty, as you must all be aware of. Look at this chart of Bank Nifty. Simply outperforming the Nifty, right? By all means. And that's why in the previous week, ECTM channel, I had given this idea of Federal Bank, right? Looking at the banking sector, we entered somewhere here at 96 and we exited fully at 104 somewhere, right? It was just a BTST idea, one day idea. So all the banks are currently looking strong. We will discuss about few of those in a few minutes. Okay. Now let's start discussing the ideas. Let's start first with the following up of the ideas which were discussed in the previous sessions. So for that, needless to say, many stop losses have been taken out because of this correction. I'll just name out the stocks. Apollo Tyres. Let's discuss just a few stocks so that you understand. Apollo Tyres, the idea was shared last week. I said in the last session that you can buy when the price crosses this area. On Monday, it crossed the area, and immediately on the next day, the stop loss got taken out with this big red candle, right? Bajaj Electricals. Again, the idea was shared on the last week session, where we were somewhere here, right at the support, and we saw this good green candle, but because of this correction, the stop loss got taken out and we had to exit, right? So I hope all of you must have exited the trades. You are not holding to the trades, not getting emotionally attached to those trades. You have to exit when your stop loss hits, because the most important thing in trading is to limit your losses, right? If you let your loss get out of your hand, then you cannot succeed in markets. If you do not have, because the importance of risk management is such that to explain it very simply, I can say that if you do not have any capital, you will not be able to bet on anything, right? You need capital to make a bet. Trading is just like betting, right? You bet on your view, that your view is going to, that your view is such that you feel that the price of the stock is going to go up, right? It is your view and you are just betting. No doubt there is a good amount of analysis involved, hopefully, right? But essentially there is no certainty. So when there is no certainty, we must have our risk under our control. And if you do not have your risk in your control, then slowly you will see you will start getting wiped out of the markets. So the other few stocks that I'll just name it out for you, which have failed, is LUDA, Macrotech developers. Let me just open Macrotech developers from the real estate or construction sector. It had given a breakout. Few days it moved up. It was discussed on last week, right, 8th of October, and it moved up by around 5%. And then you see this big candle coming in and fell back down. Earnings were already announced. The only good part about this is this candle. I love this. Coming at this support. This is a support that is visible from the chart, and look at the volumes expanding. And this candle shows that there is some buying interest at these levels, right? And the earnings are already factored in. So once again, you can initiate a fresh trade here. I have my own positions in Macrotech developers. I am already holding this trade. I've still not exited. So because my stop loss was a little bit broader here. But fresh trade can be initiated here with a stop loss below this level on a daily closing basis. And maybe you can expect a move up if the earnings are taken positively by the markets, then that's what I expect. The other stocks that failed were India, Everready, then JB Chemicals, right? Also these two stocks have failed, right? For the stocks that have hit target, there was this Larsen and Toubro Infotech that we discussed, right? LTI. We have a fantastic move. We discussed this stock on the 75 minutes, somewhere here. On 10th of October, right, where we were somewhere here, and I asked you to place your stop loss below this on a daily closing basis, which never got hit. And look at the phenomenal move. It made a great move of around 20% in just a couple of days. So this stock worked, the rest of the stocks have failed, right? That's how it is, the markets. So we have to understand that and accept the fact that not all trades work well. Sometimes a few weeks, few months, we will not make any money, right? That's how it is. Now let's discuss fresh. Okay, first let me show you how did I manage the previous week. I was lucky. In the previous week I was holding MASTEC. If you remember, I've continuously posted about that on my Telegram channel. I was very positive on this one. Let me open up the chart of MASTEC. MASTEC saved me, right? I had been buying into MASTEC right from this candle which broke out. You must be knowing. Okay, no, I think this one on 1st September, right? This candle which broke out of this minor area. From this point, I was just buying MASTEC, and I exited my entire position on this candle somewhere here, just when the results were announced, right? And I saw that the price was falling. I quickly started to exit and exited fully. And MASTEC gave me great profits. I'll just show you. I hope you can look at this, my statement. And if you just look at the previous week, October, 18th October to 24th October, there is a previous week. And I've worked around 44,000 profits. In fact, as I said, majority of the trades failed. Let me just go to the realized gain so that real idea is clear. Many stop losses have been taken out, but MASTEC saved me. Look at the profit in MASTEC, 4.4 lakhs in MASTEC, right? Just MASTEC saved me. Right? Rest all trades have failed, but look at the amount of losses. They are always under my control, right? I do not go overboard with my losses, right? That's how trading has to be done. One good trade and you should be having a high risk reward ratio. If you look at the entire statement of October, in October, I'm up by around 18 lakhs. right? And look at the highest loss making trade is Padamji paper at 1.44 lakhs, right? Next is 87,000. There is a loss. Look at the most profitable trade. It is Ushamart 6.92 lakhs, and I'm still holding Ushamart. MHRL 4.6 lakhs, MASTEC 4.4 lakhs. So you always remember one thing. You can all simply observe that when I book profits, I book big profits. When I book losses, I book small losses. So always risk is under my control. I let the market reward me, right? That is the philosophy that you have to follow while trading. Since April, I've already shown you in the last session. Since April, I'm up by around 55.66 lakhs as of now. That's a phenomenal return over the capital. As far as the F&O segment is concerned, I use around 17 to 20 lakhs of my capital. I'm up by around 10 lakhs, right? That is again a very high percentage returns. That is beyond my expectations. This is essentially the performance of TWM program. Last month had been rough. Around we must have booked in this month. I must have booked around 1 lakh loss maybe this month, right? But overall, over a long period, we have to look at the performance, and that is, look at this, 10.24 lakhs since April, right? Against a capital of just 17 to 20 lakhs. So that's the performance of TWM program. Okay. Now, look at this MASTEC. The results got announced, and what happened the next day? 14% downfall and 4% downfall. I had exited here. So that's the importance of exiting at the right time, right? Even if I would not have exited here, I would already have my stop loss here. If this candle would, when I was seen on this day that the day has opened gap down, I would have quickly started exiting my positions. But I was lucky that I exited it right away, and I exited fully, right? Not partially, I exited fully, right? That was, sometimes the intuition works great. Okay. Now, fresh stocks to be discussed. I can see that cable sector has been performing good. Few stocks like Sterlite Technologies has given a breakout here, a fantastic breakout. Sterlite Technologies, look at this. Polycab, look at the volume in the last candle, but the earnings are coming up, so we have to be, either you have to take up half quantities, or you do not trade this at all, right? Because the earnings are coming in, so you do not want to risk it. The other stock is KEI. Again, the earnings are coming in, but look at the volumes that are coming in. But the pattern here is bearish inverse. It is a kind of a head and shoulders pattern. You must be knowing this. And the red bars are also very strong. So I'm not interested. I'm interested in STL Tech. STL Tech has given a clean breakout of this entire zone, right? So what you can do is you can take a trade, buy trade here straight away, and place a broad stop loss, because we do not know market kitna correct karega, right? So I have a broad stop loss now. A stop loss around 270 levels, right, on a daily closing basis, and then look at how the trade performs, right? Other sector that I see performing is the banking sector that I already said, and one good stock from the banking is JK Bank, Jammu and Kashmir Bank. The pattern is nice. This is the breakout area, right? If tomorrow, on Monday, Tuesday, anywhere, if the price closes positively, then again this can be taken as a long trade here. Again, here you can have a narrower stop loss, because the banking stocks are very strong. Stop loss can be placed at around 39 levels on a daily closing basis. Jammu and Kashmir Bank, there is again a good trade opportunity. From the IT space, Tech Mahindra, this stock has completely outperformed the markets recently. You see, many IT stocks have been holding nicely, but again the markets are weak, and good stocks like TCS and some LTTS, these stocks are also falling nicely. Like look at Mindtree, right? Mindtree has also given a fall on this day. Look at this, right? But the better stock among all these is this Tech Mahindra, because Tech Mahindra has held itself very nicely. Okay, so this is the area of resistance. If tomorrow the price closes above this Monday, Tuesday, anywhere, right, then you can initiate a long trade in Tech Mahindra, correct? And the other sector that is performing nice is the media sector. Stocks like Zeal. It is just moments away from breakout, right? I predicted the breakout on Friday itself, but it did not break out, right? Rather, it gave this bearish price action, right? But anyways, still I'm convinced The structure is fine. Let it come back again. Let it make one more attempt, and I hope it will break out very soon. But a better stock, a less riskier stock would be Tips Industries in the same sector. Look at the daily chart here. Look at the daily chart. First, look at the long-term view here. Look at this. A continuous outperformer of the markets, and now it has gone into a big consolidation, a big halt, and now it is just ready. It is just ready to head higher and break out. So once it starts to break out, once it starts to move above 1510 levels, you can start buying with a stop loss. In this case, yeah, again have a broad stop loss with a stop loss of 1360 would be a stop loss. This line on daily closing, right? Every time daily closing stop loss. Again, have a broad stop loss looking at the market direction. So that's how you can trade Tips Industries. And last idea that I would share is Eris. It is a kind of I think the pattern is such that there are very, very high chances that it will break out. Look at the monthly chart here first, because we are attempting a monthly breakout here. Look at this. This is the monthly highs, and price is approaching the monthly high areas, correct? And now let's come to the daily chart. On the daily chart, you can see this breakout. During this market fall, we do not see substantial weakness in Eris Lifesciences, right? Rather, you see just a pullback on very low volumes, right? So I believe you can straight away, it can be bought, right? Have a stop loss at this area, 780 levels, right? And go for high risk reward here, very high risk reward, maybe a 4 or 5 high risk reward, because if the monthly breakout starts to happen, then there is no stopping, right? Then the daily time frame is just a small thing for it. Big moves will come. 4 or 5 big days can come, and you can get a high risk reward trade in Eris Lifesciences. So this chart you must carefully observe, and I'm also tracking this actively, and I may build positions very soon in Eris Lifesciences. Other stocks like Greenply that you can observe on the daily chart looks good. HSIL, there is some strength, but the earnings are coming in, right? But though I'm not considering those as ideas right now, you can just track those charts. RVNL, fantastic move has already taken place, right? Look at this weekly chart. Big breakout, big move. This one, Gokul Agro. Look at this weekly chart, fantastic chart. This is an ECTM stock. We have already entered in the ECTM channel, right? And this stock has hit the upper circuit. Again, more moves are expected on the upside for this stock, right? Today I will not be able to take much queries because I have some other work to do, right? So what I'd like to do is the stocks that we discussed, I want you to keep a track on those stocks, right? And you have to stay also updated on my Telegram channel. Registrations have opened up. If you want, you can register. Apart from that, I'd like to say that these are the times, if you are a mid-term trader, I mean, these pullbacks are good opportunities to pick up good stocks that are coming down on these healthy corrections, right? But if you are a swing trader, these times are tough for you, right? Easily anybody can say that back-to-back 4-5 down days come, right? Then easily many of your stop losses would have been taken out. But that's how the markets are, because you see over these many months, markets have given us a lot of trading opportunities, a lot of easy trades, right? So it has the right to take away some part of the profits from you. So 10-20% of the profits, if they go away in this correction, then that is acceptable. But do not lose more than that. Start cutting out positions. You do not want to hold on to your trades emotionally. Abhi upar jayega. Markets will fall till a moment that you will feel completely exhausted. Ki nahi, abhi nikalna padega. And then when you exit, then the markets will start to move up, right? That's That's how the psychology plays with us. So you have to understand this, and you have to stay focused on your analysis, risk management, and your psychology part. All the three things will get combined, and only then you can be a profitable trader. So that's all for today. We'll connect hopefully next week, and all the best. Goodbye.